Shalom, family. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you. From Yahuwah, that is our Father, and Yahusha. He is the Messiah, the one that carries the burden of Yah, his voice, our high priest, soon coming King. Hear, O Yeshua, Yahuwah, who is our mighty one. He is one. There is no other mighty one in existence than Yahuwah, and Yahusha is his voice. This is Brother Dawood coming to you again to bring you Bat Shaba, the daughter of Olyam. Truly, she is the ruler of Arat. Who? Bat Shaba? No, the woman. In ancient antiquity, they made figurines for their fertility rite. Go check them out. You'll see. They will all have this shape. What nation? What people have women like these? We do. Let's begin. 2 Shamuel, chapter 11, 1-3. Verse 1. And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that Dawood, King Dawood, sent Joab and his servants with him, and all of Yisrael. And they destroyed the children of Ammon, and besieged Rabbah, but Dawood tarried still at Yarushalayim. 2. And it came to pass in the evening, that Dawood arose from off his bed, and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. Did he turn away? I don't think so. Dawood became a voyeur. And the woman, the Asha, was very beautiful to look upon, like the woman in the intro. 3. And Dawood sent and inquired after the woman, who is she? And one of his men said, isn't that Bathsheba, the daughter of Olyam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? What do you think Dawood said after that? Oh, this is my friend's wife. Okay, never mind, forget it. 4. And Dawood sent messengers and took her. They just told you. This is another man's wife. And she came in unto him. She came to his chambers. Why? Let's set the scene. Dawood is lying on his bed. He has on golden robes. He's doing one of those model poses. You know, the abs are showing. The chest muscles are showing. You see how The Rock moves his chest muscles up and down? And they brought Bathsheba in. And she said unto him, O great king, why have you summoned me to your chambers? Stop it, Bathsheba. You know why. And he said, I observed you from afar. I saw your beauty. I said to myself, she is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. I just want to be with you. And she said, I am married. I have a husband. My husband happens to be your friend. He's fought great wars with you. He has locked shield and sword. He's the one who has your back. And Daoud said, come over here. And he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanliness. That's what he was looking at when he saw her washing herself. She was bending over and washing between her legs, and it just captivated him. And she returned into her house like nothing happened. 5. And the woman conceived. Her period didn't come the next month. She said, what is happening here? Am I pregnant? She called in some of the wise old women, and they said, you're with child. And sent and told Daoud, let me make sure I say this right, and sent and told King Daoud. And she said, I am with child. And King Daoud said, how do you know it's mine? And she said, I have not been with a man. My husband is off to war, fighting battles on your behalf. Yeah, I have not known a man since he's been gone, except for you, great king. Through you, I am with child. Daoud says, uh-oh. They're going to find me out. When she begins to show, they're going to ask questions. How did she become pregnant when her husband's off to the battle? He began to plot and scheme. 6. And Daoud sent to Joab, saying, hey, send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab did exactly as his king told him to do, and sent Uriah to Daoud. 7. And when Uriah was come unto him, Daoud demanded of him how Joab did. How was my general's performance? And how are the people doing? You know, the children of Yasharel. Are they fighting valiantly? And how is the war going? Is it prospering? Are we receiving the spoils of war? 8. And Daoud said unto Uriah, go down to your house, man, and wash your feet. What is he doing? This is the plan. If he goes to his house and sleeps with his wife, then we can say that the child that she has in her womb belongs to him. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king, a banquet. 9. But Uriah did not go home. He slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his master, and he did not go down to his house. 10. And when they told Daoud, said, Uriah, he didn't go to his house. Daoud said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey? When didst thou not go down unto thine house? Just picture Our ancestors sounding like that. What he said in all reality, you just came from a long journey. You were off to war. Why didn't you go down to your house to see your wife? 11. And Uriah said unto Daud, the ark, here's the true name, Arun, and Yesharel, the northern kingdom, and Yahuda, the southern kingdom, the two sticks were one under King Daud. They're all outside abiding in tents. And my master, Joab, and the servants of my master are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine own house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As you live, and as your soul live, I will not do this thing. This is a man of great integrity. He would not abandon his brothers on the battlefield. He said, while they're uncomfortable, I will be uncomfortable. They have no pleasure, I will have no pleasure. 12. And Daud said unto Uriah, wait here today also, and tomorrow I'll let you depart. So Uriah abode in Yerushayim that day and the next day. 13. And when Daud had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. You see the strategy? This strategy was carried out by Rebekah and Jacob to get Yitzhak drunk. It was carried out by Laban to get Jacob drunk. Now here King Daud is using the same strategy. And in the evening, he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his master, but he did not go down to his house, even drunk. He kept his integrity. He stuck to his principles. Can any of you say, any of you men, say that you're likened unto this Uriah? 14. And it came to pass in the morning that Daud wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. Let's stop. This is wickedness beyond anything that we know or have seen. He sent the letter that would lead to Uriah's demise by Uriah's own hand. We have deified our ancestors, made them seem like they were so holy and righteous and they were floating in the clouds. What I'm showing you is that they were just like us. Can you see it? This is why the Father created these rules and regulations. Yes, to keep us in line. 15. And he wrote in the letter and said, set Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and then I want you to retire from him. Have you ever seen 300? You saw how they fought. Every man was next to each other with their shield and sword, watching each other's back. It's the same thing for the children of Yesharel. We are the ones who began this strategy. Here, he was told to tell the men to move away from Uriah and leave him alone in the battle, that he may be smitten and die. Okay, hold it. Let's see how many laws he broke so far. First, he coveted another man's wife. Then he slept with another man's wife. Then he tried to cover the whole thing up. When that didn't work, he decided to kill him. Murder. Death. 16. And it came to pass, when Ahoyab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew the valiant men were, the valiant men that were on the other side, the real killers. 17. And the men of that city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of Daud, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Now he's committed murder. This is the man after Yah's own heart. This is the progenitor of the Mashayah, the lineage that would rule the earth, Aratz, forever. 18. Then Joab sent and told Daud all the things concerning the war. 19. And charged the messenger, saying, when you have made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king. 20. Check out his face. See if the king's wrath arise. And if he says unto you, why did you approach so close into the city? Why did you fight there? Didn't you know that they would shoot from the wall? 21. Who smote Abimelech the son of Jerubbesheth? Did not a woman cast a piece of millstone upon him from the wall, that he died in Tebez? Then why then did you go so close to the wall? Then you say to him, your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. 22. So the messenger went and came and showed Daud all that Joab had sent for him. 23. And the messenger said unto Daud, surely the men prevailed against us, and they came out unto us in the field, and we were upon them even unto the entering of the gate. 24. And the shooters, they shot from off the wall upon thy servants, and some of the king's servants be dead, and your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. How do you think the king is feeling right now? Well, his transgression now is pretty much covered up. Was he mourning for his friend? Or was the thought process of not being found out more important than another man's life? 25. Then Daud said unto the messenger, thus shall you say unto Joab, let not this thing displease you. Stop. He's speaking in an encrypted speech. Only Daud and Joab know what he's speaking of here. Because you sent him in the battle, sent him to be murdered on my behalf, don't let this thing displease you. He's trying to explain his transgression away. Isn't that what we do? For the sword devoureth one as well as another. Anyone can fall by the sword. Just make the battle stronger against the city and overthrow it. And encourage thou him. He's speaking to the messenger. Encourage Joab. 26. And when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead, she mourned for her husband. Was it true mourning? Did she really feel bad? Or was she guilty for the crime she committed against him? Nevertheless, she committed adultery against her husband. 27. And when the morning was past, Daoud sent and fetched her to his house. Now she can be his wife, according to the law, because her husband is dead. But there's a twist to this one. The same man who took her to wife also killed, murdered her husband. And she bare him a son. But the thing that Daoud had done displeased Yahuwah. What is wrong with us? Are we stupid or something? Do we not know that he who is seated upon the throne sees our transgressions? Do we not know that the Alayam are all around us, watching us, recording what we do to report back to he who is seated upon the throne? They see every licentious, lustful, libidinous behavior that we have. When you're making those faces, those pleasure faces, the Yalayam see it. And they report back to he who is seated upon the throne. They came back to Yahuwah and they said, the one who you love so much, Daoud, the king that you chose to rule over Yisrael, has killed, murdered his friend, and took his wife. But the thing that Daoud had done displeased Yahuwah. The true power on Eretz. No one has this power but the woman. Did she do anything? All she had to do was show up. She didn't have to say anything. All she had to do is walk across the screen. And Daoud lost his mind. He killed his friend, a man of great integrity, a man that had his back, that fought wars with him. He murdered his friend in order to take his wife and to cover his transgressions. Continue to part 2. Shalom.